I'm curious. You talked a little bit about like how your mindset changed when it came to content. I kind of feel like that too, where I think of things content first because you don't know like when things are going to disappear.
Yeah.
Why do you think that your mindset changed to be like to be more rounded, like well-rounded, so you weren't just focused on videos?
I think it like a lot of real life like traumatic things happened in my life that kind of like was eye-opening and made me kind of like just process shit differently. Like I don't like, yeah. It's all right. Well, put it to you like this. So I don't want to get emotional, god damn it. But
I'll cry with you, man.
Lowe's itching for content.
No, I'll cry with you.
During the prime beef with Too Hype was like 20, what is it? The whole like
Yep.
Mopey, Los, all that shit, right? A little before that, I had my wife had a miscarriage, right?
Damn.
And I wasn't there for it. I was in like working, right? And at the time there was like snowstorm, so I couldn't like just come back or whatever. And then I had like all these contractual obligations and all this shit. And in my head at that time, like it didn't like I wasn't like too, I was like, oh, like I'll, you know, when I get back, I'll be there and everything. Like everything's going to be okay. Like there's literally nothing I can do. But just in that moment there, I didn't really process what she was going through and like how I should have just like made it a more of a priority in a way. And all these feelings I'm talking about, I didn't even process till after I've been through like therapy and shit. So I'm going to therapy after all this just to be, because I think it's weird how I didn't feel sad.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like I thought that was a problem, like, you know. And then my parents, they got divorced, and that was a shocker for me because growing up, like we were all just so close. It was just me, my mom, dad, and my sister. And like that side of the family kind of was, you know, just going through it, separating and shit. And you know, long story short, just fast forwarding to that time where like the whole internet was just kind of like, I felt like against me in a way, or just like against us, everything like I've kind of just built, you know what I'm saying? And just grinded for. I felt like there was no comfort zone outside of the internet. So it was just like, I could go to like the Too Hype guys, my friends or whatever, but it was kind of just sticky. And all I had was like my wife, and I couldn't go to like family because they're all just all over the world and shit. And I just felt alone, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like through that time, that's when I realized, okay, I just got to like change, like, you know, who I am, or like what my morals, and just, you know, focus more on just being a family man. And like, cause I'm excited as fuck to like start a family with my wife and shit, and just like start new family traditions that maybe I thought was like normal in a way, because I wasn't close with like my uncles or, you know, cousins, like, and what really hit me was just recently, like my grandfather passed away last month, and he would just send me like voicemails and texts, and he saw my life through the camera and through social media. But I never like called him to update him like what I'm doing, because I'm just go. Yeah. You know, and it's part of growing up too. Like that's normal, you know, but it just opened my eye that I want to be more present and with people that are like family and shit, and like closer than like internet friends. You know what I mean? And I think I kind of was a little too close to like internet things and internet just shit. Yeah. To the point where I have no like backtrack to, you know? So I'm just kind of focusing on that, focus on me, and now I'm good.
How are you juggling that though? Because that's something that even I have a problem with.
it's just like I set like certain times where I clock out on everything, you know. After like 6 p.m., I don't even worry about content shit, or I'm just with the wifey, you know, doing our thing. We'll schedule out like, okay, I make sure I go to therapy like, you know, once a week just to like talk about shit, you know, get it off my headspace. And I just been on a positive vibe lately. Like, I feel like I was low key kind of like toxic back in the day, and like not super toxic. Like I'm chill, but I don't know. A lot of things don't like bother me like they used to. Like I was really like trying to prove to everyone that I'm like cool, like nice, or you know what I mean. Like, and it's like I don't care. Like, you know, just take it for what it is. And people judging me off other like experiences that I had with somebody, right? And I used to judge people off, like, let's say, you know, you did something to Agent, right? And I fuck with Agent. I'm not gonna fuck with you because of what you did to Agent. But in reality, like, you didn't do shit to me, so why am I already kind of judging you off of what y'all got going on? You know what I'm saying? I think like just thinking in that way is just better, you know, and like it allows me to build, you know, a relationship with you because I haven't ever met you. You know what I'm saying? And this is just an example.
No, I get what you're saying. I think it is visible through your content. If I had to be transparent, I do think there was a point in time where you were trying to be the maybe not like the nice guy, but you know, like you know how like Hollywood people put on this persona, and almost like it makes it very easy for them to be canceled because they kind of set themselves up on this pedestal of like not being somebody who can make mistakes and things of that nature. And even when all that stuff was going on, like even just trying to view it through another perspective, I was like, hey, I mean, these are all mistakes that a lot of people make. Just not reading on cues or understanding somebody else's perspective. So it was all fairly understandable. But I think you set yourself up in a way where
I did.
Yeah.
And I suck at like explaining how I really feel.
That was a horrible explanation.
And like, you know,
I forgot you did that.
And like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I gotta realize too, like, don't make reactions off like just like that. To kind of process like what you're thinking, so you can like let people know. That was another
demise. I was like, damn, that's crazy, man.
Hey man, you live and you learn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I always like was worried about like what it might be like to have like people just turn against you, and it's the internet. Like, you have no clue when that might happen. Like, a fucking tweet can surface of you like making a joke and or just saying some dumb shit, and then game, set, match. Now you got to explain yourself to millions of people.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's unfortunate what did come out, because, you know, everything, like, that's their side, right? Not everything's true. But it doesn't really matter, because, like, I think what happened with us was just so childish and like immature where it's like, now if you like think about it, it's like, holy shit, like how did this even like happen? Like, why are we even talking about this right now? And it is what it is. Like, I've been through that in high school, you know what I mean? Like with friends, and you go do like another career path that they're not trying to do, and you know, sometimes you just, hey, maybe you'll meet up again later in life.
Yeah, I thought it was, not to dive into that drama, but I was reacting to it with a whole bunch of friends, like as it was coming out. It was low-key, like, for 4 days, it was highly entertaining.
No, I bet on the other side, that had to be some crazy, crazy shit.
But I remember thinking, like, this is just evidence that they've been bad friends. It's not evidence that they're bad people.
Yeah.
Because if you put on your business hat, there wasn't much done that was malice. In fact, I would argue it leaned more towards generosity. And I move like that now too. Reality is, even with AMP, when we first started, it was only 4 of us. So 4 of us owned it. But then since then, 2 people have joined. Yeah. So then the business decision is, you're not going to cut anybody in, because you're going to have to give up something, and we know how much it's going to be worth. But the smart decision is, we want them to be incentivized long term. And I was thinking more as a friend than as like a business owner.
Well, the thing with that, and I know like it's out there as if like we were cutting people off in the business sense, but it was more so just like, they didn't even want to be a part of it in the first place. Like, and we didn't talk about it. If we just were able to like talk about who wants to be involved and how much they want to be involved, that could have been easily done. but it just seemed as if like they were just cut out of it because we didn't want to share shit. And it's like I'm about sharing. Like, but if you gotta, what are you going to be in videos? Like, do you want to be in videos? I don't want to force people to do stuff that they don't want to do.
In all honesty, that's what it felt like. It felt like a miscommunication.
Yeah, and that's what it was.
Really what it felt
that's
like.
what it was.
Do you feel like the content team meta is sustainable? It's funny because like every time there's like we just had a whole firework debacle at the house.
That was
and,
crazy.
And it was beyond crazy.
It was.
I was
Like,
highly
that
upset
was-
at
I
everybody.
was there for only a fraction of it. And I was like,
that was by far the craziest shit I've seen. Like,
I was so pissed. You have no clue how pissed I was.
It's not all out there either. There's more.
yeah, it's
There's a lot
definitely.
more.
There's a whole Duke Dennis full videos
I
now.
already could tell.
Yeah.
But I feel like sometimes we argue from time to time because we're like we all grew up differently, so we're not all gonna think about things the same. But we work through things almost every time. But the reason I hate the reason I hate when people find out we argue is because everybody panics.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, it is not in danger. I think people are so used to seeing groups fall apart that like anytime there's a little bit of friction, they're like, I had a feeling the way Davis was looking at the camera.
Face
and the
ass.
Body language, bro. I was seeing body language videos.
Bro, the
Like,
amount of times
what
niggas went
what
back
is
on y'all
that?
intro was like, whoa,
Dude,
he not even really feeling it today.
Dude, oh man, that was the craziest part when it was all happening. It was like, our body, what the fuck is this? Like,
Body language.
Yeah,
God
from a
damn.
content creator perspective, it's like it could just be like the 5th video today, and he's
No, you know what it is, bro? There's sometimes I do videos with people and it's just boom, like it's smooth as fuck.
Yeah.
And there's other people I do videos with where they're gonna waste a few hours of my time. Even when we get started,
That
it's gonna
too.
take way longer than it needs to.
Oh my
so
God.
I'm agreeing to do this. Like I'm shooting a video with Bruce tomorrow where he styles me for a video. Ideally, it goes as smooth as possible. You plan so it gets there. But if I give Bruce a horrible experience, next time I ask him to do a video, or he's gonna be like, he's gonna have horrible body language. He's gonna be body language experts.
oh, I
in the
know, bro. Yeah, it's just like,
niggas do it on this podcast. I just thought about it. You be like, ooh, nah, the way John
Oh,
said
man.
that, hey, low was like, oh, wow.
Nah, John be
just
talking
said
hella
like
shit throughout the
this,
whole
so-
podcast.
you know,
It's
like-
so hard to get it right from like the audience perspective.
It's just the instigators, man. They want some drama or